db51, it is nice to finally meet you. My name is Anna. Greg is sorry he couldn't be here for our meeting, but he is on a mission to accurately determine the size of this year's corn crop. He is on a team with Bob at our back. Greg will be hoofing it out into the center of the fields for samples, and Bob, well, he'll be sampling the end rows. Old Bob hasn't been in the middle of a cornfield since they quit planting on 40-inch rows, and isn't in the best of shape from sitting in front of his computer playing with his toy truck.
It's nice to meet you, Anna. Greg has mentioned on several occasions that you are the go-to gal here at corporate. First of all, let me say nice sweater. Great choice of color as well.
Well, thank you, DB. It is nice to meet a gentleman who knows how to pay a compliment to a lady without making some sexual innuendo. John Faust was here last week, and he had the audacity to tell me I needed to be wearing a bikini.
You have to consider the source, Anna. John isn't known for beating around the bush, so to speak. He puts it right out there in your face. Like it or not. I'm certain John didn't mean it in that way. I realize that it is 100 degrees out, but it is rather nippy in here.
Well, enough about my wardrobe. The reason we invited you in was to discuss the AgWeb discussion board and the recent changes I have implemented. Greg simply wasn't up to the job of controlling the board. That is where I come in. Everyone thinks that Verb is the new sheriff in town, but you're looking at the sheriff and I don't need a posse. You need to be tough in this position. I make Buford Pusser look like Pee Wee Herman, make no mistake about it, DB. Comprehendo.
I think I'm beginning to get the picture, Anna. And I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I think a better analogy might be to compare you to our veterinarian. You are not controlling the board. You have been systematically neutering all of the good posters one by one. You need to lighten up, maybe put on a skirt instead of that power pantsuit you're wearing today.
My rules are unbendable, db51, let's get that straight. By agreeing to these rules, you warrant that you will not post any messages that are libelous, defamatory, obscene, abusive, pornographic, threatening or an invasion of privacy, illegal in any way or advocates illegal activity, an infringement of trademark or cop.
Anna, spare me the details. What you just outlawed pretty much eliminates every conversation on the board. You'll have to have all of the employees start posting under aliases just to keep the board in operation. In case you haven't noticed, your heatometer isn't exactly setting any records these days.
You had better get used to it, DB. There is a new generation of farmers moving into the arena of the internet. You Neanderthals, misfits, and old-school guys had better face the facts. You are all as obsolete as non-GMO seeds. Once we can cleanse the board of undesirables, the sooner we can move on to bigger and better things.
Speaking of bigger and better, are you telling me that my db51 exercise thread is about get the axe?
Corporate has been tracking the exercise thread to find the in-house suspects who have been exercising on the company dime. Just between the two of us, Greg is the most frequent visitor to that thread. When he was confronted, he insisted that he was merely monitoring the thread to make sure you didn't attempt to slip some nipples in under the radar.
What? You're kidding, right? How do you think it will go over with your site visitors when they discover the only triple stack they'll be seeing is in some month's internet?
That's a risk I am willing to take, DB. I just personally wanted to inform your position as AgWeb Exercise Director will be phased out in the near future. I was hoping that I could redirect your efforts into something more family-friendly. Surely, a man of your talent has some socially redeeming topics you could share here on AgWeb that would be equally as popular as Tiss and Ass.
I can see the writing on the wall. It is totally depressing. All of my good friends and partners in crime have either been exiled to some other boards, or they have simply dropped off the radar. It is a sad day indeed.
You've been living your life as an open book here on AgWeb. There was the time you racked your nutsack on the pasture gate and turned into a Democrat. Masqueraded as an organic grower. Psychoanalyzed D's as the doctor. riled up no daddy and as Dr. Cooter, and even went gay when you picked up your wife's VW behind the cheddar curtain. I could go on, but I think you see where this is going. Under my new rule changes, all of those activities will be strictly forbidden. If you wish to continue to contribute, I hope you can modify your behavior to make it more socially acceptable to our intended audience. In fact, we here at IGWeb would like you to attend some sensitivity training here on campus before you return to Southern Illinois.
Well, I suppose I wouldn't have anything to lose by taking you up on your offer. Are there any hot babes on staff as instructors?
We do, however your instructor is named Bruno. I'm sure you will find him quite capable of bringing you around to our way of thinking. I'll take you down to his office now and you can get started. We'll talk again after your session and we can see if you're progressing.